Welcome to the Den.
Welcome back to the Den, guys. This is going to be our 5th episode. I'm Merrick DiCarolis, along with my co-host.
Caden Martz.
This week we have our first ever guests on the podcast.
Hi, everyone. My name's Olivia, Klimis.
Hi, I'm Janelle, Baez.
How are you guys doing?
We're doing great. We've had a great start in the season, and it's been a lot of fun. And, yeah, we're just having a great time with it.
All right, well, we might as well get right into it. How did you guys first get into volleyball?
So my mom played in college, and she kind of instilled that into me at a young age, and I kind of just stuck with it. So that's how I got into it. And then I just kind of ended up loving it and stayed with it.
Where'd your mom play in college?
Alabama.
Alabama, really?
Yes.
And you're going to LSU?
Yes.
Bit of a rivalry.
No, yeah, big time. And it's
What does she think about that?
She was happy because it's SEC, so she's like, okay, you're staying in the SEC, so it's fine. But we definitely argue over football, all that kind of stuff. It's always rivalry.
And yeah, I got started just basically kind of like trying out different sports. Like I started with track and then different stuff like that. But I just stuck with volleyball.
When you first played it, was it like, this is the one I want to play, you knew?
Yes, I did know, just from the start.
Absolutely. All right, so what are your guys' expectations for the season?
We set ourselves with high expectations every single season, and I think that we have to really put them into play. Like, you can say something, but if you don't put it into action, then it doesn't matter. But we obviously want to win. Our record right now is 12-2, so we've set ourselves up with a great start. So we're hoping to just continue the winning streak and keep it going.
Definitely, I agree. Just kind of just taking on that legacy that Oviedo volleyball has had in the past and carrying that on for the future.
Absolutely. Do you guys have any individual goals that you set maybe before the season that you're looking to accomplish? Or
For me, I would like to hit 1,000 assists this season, and just kind of growing off of all the assists I've had in the previous 3 years. So I'm really hoping to hit that big number this year.
And kind of the same, just carrying on from me. Last year was my first year on varsity, so just kind of improving in all aspects.
You guys seem like such a together team, like such a family. How do you guys strengthen the bonding within the team?
Yeah, definitely just throughout, always keeping each other accountable with everything and always trying to put an emphasis on building relationships, just like different things like physical touch, keeping eye contact with each other, and always encouraging each other throughout everything, no matter what, on and off the court.
Yeah, we're very much off the court best friends too, so I think that really helps us on the court and like big on the physical touch thing. Like our coach tells us that touches win, so we're always giving high fives, and that kind of thing just kind of strengthens our team. And it sounds like a small thing, but it really is huge.
you guys have any pre-game, post-game rituals that you guys might live by? Anything you guys do before every game or or after every game that it's always part of your routine?
So individually, I have to eat a Rice Krispie treat before every single game. That's an individual thing. But as a team, we get hype in the locker room. We have our hype songs. Everybody has what gets them going. So we play it loud in the speaker, get excited, get rowdy in the locker room. So that's what we like to do.
Obviously, my next question, what are your guys' hype songs? What are your 2 specific hype songs?
I would say right now, currently mine is probably like one of them is probably TGIF.
Mm-hmm.
Good one. That's a good
yeah.
one.
We like Sexy Red. I don't know. Yeah, stuff like that. We like Drake too, if it's more calm. We have like different environments when we're in there. So like we'll get really rowdy in the beginning, and then it's like, okay, we're going to focus back in. We're going to lock in. It's like calmer music, but it's like probably Drake, Kendrick Lamar, that kind of thing.
Gotcha.
Throwbacks.
Yeah.
What's up with that Rice Krispie thing?
I don't know. I started it in freshman year, and now I just like literally can't go without one. It's kind of like a little energy boost. I don't know, but when I do something, I can't stop if it's going well for me. So that's why I've just done it ever since.
Have you ever played any games without the Rice Krispie treat? What are the results?
I think sometimes I forget on away games, but other than that, no. I think I've literally had one every time, and even if it's a win or a lose, it's just something I do every time, so I can't stop.
Any post-game recovery that you guys use?
I go to this place called Restore, and it's been really amazing for me. And I'll do compression, cryotherapy, that kind of stuff. So that helps me. But yeah, and Janelle has compression too at home.
Yeah, I use compression and then just like icing after games.
Yeah, and recovery is a big part I don't think anybody talks about too. So we definitely utilize it.
Gotcha. Kind of bouncing off that Restore place. You guys have NIL right now?
Yeah, so we just got all high school athletes just got a law enforced that NIL is a thing now, and it used to not be. I think like a couple months ago they just switched the law on NIL, so that thing, it's all crazy. In college sports we know it's crazy, but especially for high school athletes in Florida are utilizing it now because they can use their name off of different brands, but it can't be associated with the school.
Do you have any active NIL deals right now or anything that you're looking for?
Yeah, so I have something with Restore, and it's like recovery, so I can bring all my teammates or anybody I know that's like student athletes, which is great, and then they let them use it for 50% off with my name. And then I'm doing something with a taco place close, and I'm working on a couple more. It gets really crazy, but I'm blessed to have it.
How have you guys dealt with disappointments in not just this season, but your entire careers?
You're always going to have disappointments. I think throughout any athlete's career, there's going to be times where it gets like, oh man, could have gotten that, or this and this and that. But I think it's how you bounce back from them.
Yeah, I agree with Olivia 100%. Just always bouncing back, finding a way to not dwell on the past game and just learning from everything, learning from your mistakes, and yeah.
And that's just being a good teammate in general. Like if a coach isn't doing something that you want, disappointments could be like sitting the bench, and you just have to always make sure you're selfless, and that's one of our core values at Oviedo Volleyball. So, yeah.
All right, a little bit of a tough question here. What's y'all's biggest setbacks in y'all's volleyball careers?
I think probably one of my biggest setbacks has probably just been like an injury. Last year I had a stress fracture in my shin, and that was kind of a big thing, and I had to take a lot of time off because the only thing that helps that is rest. So it was kind of hard bouncing back from that, just from the time off, from no practice, no games. But yeah.
Yeah, and I'm really lucky to not have that many injuries, but I think I've had a lot of mental setbacks because my position is it feels like you need to be perfect all the time, which is really hard. So I've had a lot of mental setbacks, but I think I've grown really far from them, and like just confidence-wise, but yeah, we've grown from them.
How have your guys' families, obviously you said your mom went to Alabama, she's set you up for volleyball, but how else have your families been a core part of your volleyball careers?
Yeah, so volleyball is like crazy. Like when we're not playing high school, we're playing club volleyball, and it is like a full year-round thing. So the amount of time and investments that I know my parents go into, the amount of money it is just insane. So they've financially and time-wise just put in everything to me, and I know my siblings are all in sports too, so we all make the house competitive, make it fun. So they've definitely been probably the biggest part in my volleyball career.
I agree. It's definitely not an easy thing coming from like your parents having to pay all that money through high school season and club season, and then as well as the time-wise, like you said, especially when you have other siblings playing other sports. But I think definitely them supporting just by coming to your stuff, like saying little things, especially like even my older brother who plays baseball in college, just him setting an example always kind of helped me.
So Olivia, obviously you did commit to LSU. Congratulations, obviously. Why did you pick LSU?
I picked LSU because their coaching staff is just honestly second to none. They're probably some of the best people I've ever met, and they align a lot of their values there with what I am very big on. Big in my faith, big in always being together, that kind of stuff, and they're very big on that. So that kind of is what drawn me in the very first time I went there. I love their sports. We all know LSU sports is huge, and I just love that. It has to be sports for me, and I know academics is huge, but they're definitely big in sports too, so that's kind of why I chose it.
When did the recruiting process start for you? Because I feel like the LSU commitment was a big surprise to everybody, honestly. I feel like not a lot of people knew about it. So
Right.
when did that process start?
So in any communication throughout volleyball, it starts junior year, June 15th of summer. So it's that's when that all opens up. They can communicate with us, but they can talk face-to-face after that timeline. And before that, they kind of can email you, kind of give interest, but they can't say anything. So I had a lot of communications in that time period. And then I kind of set the LSU commitment in December, but I went on my official in around, I think it was October. So and it's just crazy, but I was lucky enough to do that.
Was it always LSU, or were there any other schools that you were interested in?
So my final two were Miami and LSU, and they're, of course, two very different things. So it's I really had to sit there and decide what was going to be best for me and what I'm looking for. I loved Miami, loved everything about that too, but I honestly just went more towards the family aspect of LSU. Both amazing schools, love them both, but that was kind of what was best for me in the moment.
Gotcha. And Janelle, you did mention that your brother played in college. Any schools you're looking at for volleyball?
I am actually not going to play in college. I decided just a couple months ago. I kind of started the recruitment process a little bit late, but I decided that I just didn't want to play. I was talking to a couple schools, but yeah, that was my final decision.
Absolutely. What are you guys' expectations for the rest of the season? Obviously, you guys have started off really well, 12-2. You said a high ranking. You guys ranked second in 6A, so major state title contenders. What are you guys' expectations?
We're going to hold ourselves to the expectation of our core values: selfless, tough, discipline, love. Those are our 4 things that we come in every single day in the gym. That's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to bring. So we're kind of just going to go off of that. and we're going to battle every single game, give it all we have, and we're going to hope that it brings that end result of the state champions, district champions, regional champions.
All right, final question here for you guys. A little bit of surprise. What's y'all's number, and why did you choose it?
I'm number 9. I kind of always have had this. I've been this number since 9 years old, so it's kind of only stuck with me, and I think that once you have something, you just keep it, and it's like a ritual. I'm big on rituals, so kind of just stuck with it, and I love the number.
And yeah, I picked number 3 because, like I said, my brother plays in college. He's played since I can remember, since he was younger. And he's just been a huge example for me in my whole athletic career. So yeah, just since like middle school, I've had number 3, and I just really like that number. I always see it everywhere.
All right. We appreciate you guys a lot for coming on.
Yeah, thank you guys for joining.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Yeah, please check out all of our other stuff on Oviedo Now, the Instagram, and OviedoJournalism.com. Please check out our partner podcast, The Roar, and we'll see you guys next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.